Okay guys, here's week 6 video of what we covered, and this week we worked on defending in the attacking third. So preventing the other team from building out of the back is essentially what we're working on. To start, we did a 1 versus 1 exercise where there's a team of blue and a team of red, and there were lines at these cones here. What happens is this player here passes the ball wide. This player receives it on their back foot, dribbles through the gate, which was about 20 yards off. And then as soon as they get through the gate, they look to score in the goal with the goalkeeper. That's the attacking player's setup. So now the defensive setup is to prevent that from happening. So as soon as this pass takes off, this defender now looks to sprint across and prevent them from dribbling through that green gate by forcing them wide or out of bounds away from the space, okay? And the purpose of this, remember, is we're defending in the build out of the back. We're defending in the final third. So to put it in perspective, the blue, we talked about, this is like a number 4, so a center back to a number 2, a right back, and then the red team's the pressing forward. So they've just pressed the center back, but the center back got the pass off. So now, in order to keep them in this defensive third, or in their defensive third exactly, this red player has to shift over and prevent them from playing out through the middle. Because on this scenario, we use the out of bounds as a third player or a second player in this situation. Does that make sense? So they pass it wide, they look to recover, by any means trying to force them wide so they cannot get through this gate, because they cannot score until they dribble through that gate. So just working on pressing. What happens when you get beat? You have to recover, try to force wide. Okay, so that was the first 1v1 exercise. The second exercise went into a 2 versus 2. Setup is this. We have a goalkeeper in a goal on one end, and then we have 2 mini goals on the other end. So the team in blue is defending, is the attacking team. They're building out of the back with their goals. So the team in red is the team that this week's focus is on. The red team will pass the ball diagonally, so it didn't matter which player, but they passed diagonally, and then the 2 versus 2 begins. Now, this line down the middle is the line that cannot be crossed. So these 2 players, this red and this blue, cannot go onto this side of the field and vice versa. These 2 are on this side. So it's a 1v1 on each side, but a 2v2 overall. So once that ball is played, then we get into the play. So this ball side defender needs to sprint out and curve their run, forcing inside. And we talk about this a lot. This week was we force inside for a couple reasons. One, our goal that we look to score on is central. So if we can get them to pass, which is this example, across the goal, this player delays, picks off the pass, and is into goal. Easy goal. So we want to force inside so that we can pick off the pass. Maybe they make a bad touch, bad pass, we pick it off, we score. The other reason is because the relief pass or the outlet for the blue team that's playing out of the back is wide, right? The goal is wide, and in the game, the goal might be an outside mid. So an 11, a 7 playing out of the back, could be an outside backs if these are center backs playing out. So that is that understanding. So the red team that we're focused, forcing in and then delaying. The reason we do not want to both press high is because if this guy presses hard on the ball, which they should, and the second player presses high on the player here, it leaves this huge gap for the team to play out diagonally. So we don't want to give them this space. So this red player, the second player, must delay and take away that central angle. We know that may leave this player open, but it's better for them to play square across their goal than to get an outlet relief pass there. So I kind of demonstrated that in this next exercise for the rotation purposes. As that ball goes across, so they pass it, this guy has to now sprint, force them back inside to prevent the play out, and this player's job is crucial. They need to drop and come close to the midline, because again, if they play it quick and this guy does not drop, they'll just play out diagonally here. So as soon as they switch the field so that it crosses that midline, this player on the weak side, the player at the side without the ball, needs to drop and cover, and this guy needs to do the same thing, force them inside. So that was the objective. If the blue team wins, they pass in the mini goal, and the red team is looking to pick off the pass or the dribble or the touch, whatever it may be, and scoring the big goal. So again, the focus is on these 2 red players keeping the ball in that half. Yeah, just like that. So this was the shape that they would be in to prevent that split. The next exercise we went into was a 6 versus 6 plus 1 neutral. So the ball, this is the setup. There's a little channel in the middle with the neutral. Only the neutral is allowed in that channel. So it's stuck in your zone. So we have a left back, center goalkeeper, right back, and then maybe left mid, right mid, center forward for each team, and then a neutral, maybe midfielder to play through. So what the objective here is, I think I did on the next one. Yep. So the blue player, the goalkeeper, starts with the ball. As soon as they play the ball, so as soon as they have to play the ball. So like, look at this is their starting spot. They have to be at the midline. But once they play the ball, then we're looking to play, and we can start pressing. Just like a goal kick, you can't go in the box until the ball's been played. So the far player's job is to prevent the ball being played out the line. The second player's pressing's job is to cover the mid switch. And the third player is really trying to keep the ball on the left side of the field, prevent this play out. Because if we know from the mid work last week, if this pass happens, we're kind of really out of shape. So we want to keep that ball on the left side by pinching a little higher and coming across. So we really want to eliminate this outlet pass, keep the ball in the corner to try to pick it off. And then obviously, again, the red defenders also have to step up because they don't want a ball to be played into one of those players, because you can play the neutral or into one of these players. So here's a demonstration of when the attacking team built out properly. So goalkeeper plays it, finds the neutral, plays it out wide, they get a shot off. So that's what we're trying to prevent with the red team, but that is the objective of the team in possession, the team building out of the back. Now, if that were to happen, here's the setup. It starts with the goalkeeper. So goalie's got the ball. The blue players drop off to the midline like we discussed. Outside back gets wide and has create shape. And then our forward gets high, our mids get wide, so we have quality shape. Again, as soon as this ball's passed, then these players look to press. Again, taking away the outside line, closing the mid gap, trying to keep it on this side of the field. So that's just the transitional setup. We finished with the 4v4 high-pressure scrimmage. We had goalkeepers. Objective was to not let the other team play out of the back, so working on stepping, pressing. If the ball went into the goalkeeper, drop off. If the ball goes to an outside defender, then we look to press again. So that's pretty much what it was. That was week 6. I can't believe it's already week 6. Happy Valentine's Day weekend, and I hope you guys have a great week.